Hi, I'm Prasanna Tiwari. I'm the founder of NATERIDA, and today I'm here in front of you to present to you Navigation Transfer Intelligent Data Allocation Bot, which is short form for NATERIDA. NATERIDA is not just a robot, which just moves or which just performs some different dancing moves. Rather, it is a robot that is able to think independently, is able to provide accurate data, and on top of that, NATERIDA is able to think by itself and take autonomous decisions. Welcome to the working procedure of NATERIDA. So you might be wondering, how did we make this very complex project? So it all starts from here. We start from an idea, NATERIDA. NAT stands for navigation. Robot chassis and sensors are used in order to navigate an environment. It navigates different places to explore and uses onboard sensors in order to identify parameters like temperature, humidity, light, and moisture in order to observe the environment. We've used MPU6050 and an ESP32 microcontroller in order to do the orientation and controlling the overall robot, respectively. We've also used DHT sensor, MQ2 sensor, GPS, and moisture sensor in order to perform various kind of parameter measurement. We've also used ultrasonic sensor for detecting obstacles, and a solar panel to provide battery power. This is NATERIDA's camera, which is a 1080p camera and has got a microphone within itself. So computer vision is the eye of NATERIDA. It helps the bot to understand and react to its environment in real time. And using the live video intelligent algorithm, it can detect obstacles and analyze terrains and make smart decisions over time. This vision capability transforms NATERIDA from a remote control bot into an autonomous explorer. The moisture sensor present at its back is responsible for putting the moisture sensor down into the soil so that it is able to measure the moisture. We've also used our web server in order to replicate the movement of our robot. For example, this is my robot, and whenever I tilt it, the robot orientation also follows the exact same order in which I tilt my robot. For example, I'm tilting it top, bottom, so the pitch is going to change, the roll is going to change, and the yaw is also going to change accordingly, which allows us in order to replicate the exact movement of our robot, making the entire process very smooth. Then, it moves to the process of transfer. Using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and few web sockets, we're able to create a web interface, which is used for manual control, and it transfers the data to the Python database using requests. This is the front end of our NATERIDA's robot, where the ESP32 hosts its web server in this IP address. So this is the basic look of it, where we can get different sensor values over here. This is responsible for controlling our robot. We'll be not controlling this robot. This would be for the manual case. We'll be integrating a Python code in the future so that we'll be able to prepare a random forest module in order to random forest model in order to allow the NATERIDA's in order to control by itself. This is the robot orientation part, where if we change one of the sides or one of the parameters by rotating a robot, then it also follows the same order, where the square represents our robot. So this is responsible for controlling the speed of our robot. So this 255 is the highest value, which is analog write function that allows the robot's speed to be the maximum, and this is responsible for controlling the servo motors that is attached in our robot, that is able to measure the moisture of our moisture of the soil by putting the moisture sensor down. Then comes our Python data handling software. It accepts data using requests and uses Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib, etc. Talking about the database of NATERIDA, as we can see here, this is the dashboard for viewing the live sensor data from the NATERIDA sensor. For example, we have used LDR from the NATERIDA in order to give us the value of the light, how much light is present, so that we can take care about the photosynthesis. We can take care about how much dangerous gases like methane, propane, or butane is present in the given field, so that the farmers or experts could know about how dangerous it is to grow plants over there. We can check the humidity, we can check the temperature. So we've also got another function, which is the plotting function, in which we can plot different graphs like live graph plotter, in which we can plot the graphs. For example, if we manage to block any one of the sensors, for example, the light sensor that's going to fluctuate according to the values, we can also plot the bar graphs and the bar chart, which would be easier for data visualization. And this would allow the scientists to know about what sort of parameters are present in that particular given area. Not only that, we can also plot sensor heat maps, where we can take various sensors. For example, if I have to take of temperature, then it's going to generate a heat map, and according to the recent trends, it's going to generate a heat map, which we can save it as PDF in our device so that we can use it for further purposes. We also tried executing the forecast sensor values by using time series model, which is also known as ARIMA. So by knowing the previous values, we can predict the upcoming values like this. So since we do not have very good data at the moment, and since I'm at indoor, so we're going to get a constant value. We've also got another function which is called as data analyst, in which we can take 4 different sensors and we can find the mean, median, and standard deviation. This is for the temperature, where the mean temperature is 30.07 and something like that. And we've got the humidity, we got the light intensity, and we got the gas values. This allows the scientist or the data analyst to know about the large trends of data, which saves time, and it allows the scientist in order to know the trends of different data. We can also perform the data sorting task by selecting a type of sensor and selecting the range. For example, if I take the range to be 30 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, then it is going to provide the data ranging from 30 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, allowing the scientists to sort data from different ranges. The main purpose of our robot is to solve these 4 main problems. It is used in order to solve agricultural problems, disaster management problems, and data collection and exploration problems, monitor environment, and perform surveillance problems. NATERIDA is just not a project. It's a purpose-built solution to 5 real-world problems: crops destroyed in hailstorms, harmful air going unnoticed, delayed disaster response, unsafe terrains exploration, and lack of responsible and accessible smart education. As a high school student, I built NATERIDA using affordable components, artificial intelligence, and real-time sensors, proving that you do not need a very big budget to make a big impact. It's smarter, it's modular, and it's mission-driven, made to empower communities and protect lives and inspire change. NATERIDA shows that innovation starts not with money, but with a vision, intent, and action. Thanks for watching. We're the Team NATERIDA, and we're excited to participate in this hackathon.